Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Marcus Rashford tells friends he wants to leave Manchester United. That's according to sources close to Football Insider. Revert back to earlier on this season. Fabrizio Romano said that Marcus Rashford is considering his future with Man United as he is concerned about his lack of playing time. Barcelona are interested in signing Marcus Rashford. Real Madrid have been interested in him. PSG have been in for him, and Atletico Madrid have been in for him. So he has been subjected to a lot of transfer speculation. Marcus Rashford's contract at Manchester United expires next year. Rashford is a good player overall, but he has been poor in a lot of games this season. Rashford has not been the same player since he had that operation on his shoulder. He missed the first 2 months of this season with that shoulder problem, and earlier on this season he had a minor leg injury. Rashford has been part of the club for a long time. He came up our academy. He's been a Manchester United player since the age of 7, and he broke into our senior squad back in 2016. And since then he's gone on to make nearly 300 appearances in all competitions. So that's the news regarding Marcus Rashford. Now, a lot recently, I have been talking with you about Erik ten Hag. Not so long ago, Erik ten Hag was interviewed for the Manchester United job, and he came through the interview with flying colours. Erik ten Hag is the favourite to become Manchester United's next permanent manager. Erik ten Hag is ready to leave Ajax at the end of this season, and not so long ago the Ajax CEO Edwin van der Sar said he will not stand in Erik ten Hag's way if he asks for a move to Manchester United. Rangnick wants Erik ten Hag to become Man United's next permanent manager, and there's a lot of Manchester United fans that would like to see Erik ten Hag get recommended in. It would be good for Erik ten Hag to come and experience the Premier League because he's not yet managed in the Premier League. You've got to admire the work Erik ten Hag has done at Ajax. He's won Dutch Cups with them, he's won a couple of Eredivisie titles with them, and revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. So there you go. Erik ten Hag has been the Ajax manager for over 4 years. Ajax appointed him in back in December 2017. His contract at Ajax expires next year. There's still rumours coming out regarding Mauricio Pochettino. Pochettino is waiting for a decision on his future. Man United may have run out of time to appoint Mauricio Pochettino as PSG's cost became clear. PSG may have to pay 17 million to sack Pochettino. Mauricio Pochettino wants to stay at PSG. You know, he's happy at PSG. He's under pressure. He's been the PSG manager for over a year. His contract at PSG expires next year. He has won a French Cup with PSG. You know, Manchester United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. Manchester United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Sir Alex Ferguson retired. You know, we sacked David Moyes after 10 months. Man United finished 7th under the Moyes era. That's the lowest we've finished in the Premier League era. Then Man United sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years. We did win the FA Cup under him. Then Manchester United sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years. Mourinho did enjoy one good season at Man United because he won 3 trophies in his first season. But the reasons it didn't work out under Mourinho is because he had bad disputes with the board and bad disputes with the top players. And last year, Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after almost 3 years in charge. So there you go. You know, in the last 10 years, Manchester United have only won 4 trophies. You know, we haven't won the Premier League since 2013. And in the last 10 years, Manchester United have spent over 1.3 billion. Ralph Rangnick, he's been Manchester United's interim manager for over 3 months now. Rangnick has lost, 4 games as Manchester United's interim manager. It initially said that Rangnick is Man United's interim manager till the end of the season. Then it said that he's expected to take up a consultancy role for a further 2 years. The consultancy role is now in doubt. Revert back to earlier on this season, it said Rangnick wants the permanent Man United job. Earlier on this season, Rangnick said his aim for this season is for Manchester United to finish in the top 4. Well, Man United's focus is finishing in the top 4 this season because we can't win a trophy this season. Man United have not won a trophy for 5 years. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Man United are basically considering sacking Ralph Rangnick. I've got a lot of respect for Rangnick. I think he's a very good coach. You know, there's been good performances under him. There's also been poor performances as well. But like I've said so many times, he's been totally blameless for the poor performances. The players have had to take responsibility for the poor performances. Rangnick has endured 1 transfer window as Manchester United's interim manager. Unfortunately, Rangnick did not get backed in the January transfer window this year. Man United endured a very disappointing January transfer window. Before Manchester United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. There has been talks of Van Nistelrooy, Van Persie and Jaap Stam coming in if Man United appoint Erik ten Hag as the next permanent manager. Well, earlier on this season, Rangnick recommended Ewan Sharping as an assistant coach. He also recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach. And he recommended Saj Chalenzin as a sports psychologist. Earlier on this year, Man United appointed Richard Arnold as the new chief executive. He replaced Ed Woodward. It was good news from Man United perspective that Woodward stepped down, because Woodward was one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. He was accountable for how poor our recruitment policy was. Woodward was Manchester United's vice chairman for around 17 years. The Glazers still own Manchester United. They've owned Manchester United for around 16 and a half years now. The Glazers bought the club for 500 million back in 2005. We need to get the Glazers out, because they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. And revert back to a few weeks ago, it said the Glazers were planning to demolish Old Trafford. It said Man United looked to upgrade the stadium. Man United have played in the same stadium for 112 years. Man United are looking to increase the capacity to around 80,000. At the moment, Old Trafford holds around 75,000. Old Trafford is the second biggest stadium in England. In the summer of this year, I'm expecting Manchester United to make signings. I think in the summer we'll try and sign a midfielder and a striker. On the other side of things, I'm expecting a lot of players to depart the club in the summer. So in the summer of this year, I'm expecting Edison Cavani to leave. Edison Cavani's been linked with a move to La Liga in Brazil. Cavani's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Man United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Earlier on this season, Cavani had a groin injury. Well, he's had quite a few injuries since he came to the club. Jesse Lingard, I'm expecting him to leave Manchester United in the summer. He's out of contract in the summer. Lingard has been part of the club for a long time. He is no power academy in that, but doesn't really get in the team. Lingard should have left in January. At the second half of last season, Lingard enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and made an impact. Man United could let Van der Beek and Martial leave permanently in the summer. At the moment, Van der Beek's out on loan with Everton and Martial's out on loan with Sevilla. Juan Mata, he'll leave Manchester United in the summer. He's out of contract in the summer. Mata has been at Manchester United for 8 years, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. Man United got Mata from Chelsea back in 2014, got him for 37.1 million. I initially thought Ronaldo was going to be leaving Manchester United this summer, but it looks like he's not going to leave this summer now, because the other week, like I updated you, AS said that Ronaldo has no plans to leave Manchester United this summer. He's willing to see out the final year of his contract. Ronaldo's contract at Manchester United expires next year. There's an option though of a further year. Ronaldo's the highest earner at Man United at the moment. He receives almost £500,000 a week. By the way, Ronaldo recently got voted the player of the month for March. Earlier on this season, Ronaldo held crunch talks with his agent George Mendes over his Man United future, and he actually threatened to quit following his Derby Day absence. Ronaldo did miss the 4-1 defeat to Man City because it said he had a knock. Manchester United re-signed Ronaldo last summer for 20 million with add-ons included, and he wears a number 7 shirt. Ronaldo scored 18 goals in all competitions since he re-signed for Man United. He's got over 800 goals in his career, and he's won over 30-odd trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. So there you go. Matic, also expecting him to leave Man United in the summer. He's out of contract in the summer, and Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he still seems to get his opportunities. Matic is the only predominant centre defensive midfielder Man United have got at the moment. Manchester United got Matic from Chelsea back in 2017, got him for around 40 million. Good chance Paul Pogba will be leaving Man United in the summer. Not so long ago, he said Pogba was in talks with 2 Premier League clubs, with his contract set to end at the end of the season. Real Madrid, Juventus and PSG have also been relentlessly linked with Pogba. Earlier on this season, Pogba's trainer claimed that he will leave Old Trafford. Pogba as well experienced depression under Jose Mourinho. Pogba is a good player. He's not only a good player, he's an imperative player as well. Earlier on this season, Pogba was out with injury for a while. He's endured quite a few injuries since he re-signed for the club, so he is injury prone. You know, this season's been Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he re-signed. He's played over 200 games since he re-signed, and he's won 3 trophies at the club so far. Manchester United paid £89 million for Paul Pogba. So reflecting on that, he's our most expensive signing at the moment. Phil Jones and Eric Bailly, I reckon they'll be leaving Man United in the summer because they don't really get in the team. The Manchester Evening News said, was it earlier on this week, that Man United are prepared to sell Harry Maguire. You know, Harry Maguire is not good enough to represent the club. I can't understand how Harry Maguire is still Man United captain. A lot of Man United fans have been demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire. Earlier on this season, Rangnick said that Maguire will remain Man United captain until the end of the season. Manchester United certainly overpaid for Maguire, got him for 80 million. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment, and he's the second most expensive sign at the club behind Pogba. Maguire has been at Man United for over 2 years, and he's had quite a few injuries since he came to the club. Do you think Delort and Telles will leave Man United in the summer? They've been subjected to a lot of transfer speculation before. Telles and Delort are our first choice fullbacks under Rangnick, and I reckon Dean Henderson will also leave in the summer. Henderson is our second choice keeper, doesn't really get in goal because revert back to last summer, De Gea reclaimed that number 1 spot back. Dean Henderson has only made 3 appearances this season. So there you go. Manchester United lost the last game to Atletico Madrid 1-0. You know, Man United got knocked out of the Champions League. But we won our last league game against Tottenham 3-2. Don't forget, in that game, Cristiano Ronaldo scored a hat-trick. It was his first hat-trick since he re-signed for the club, and he became the highest scorer in football history. Manchester United's next game is Leicester at Old Trafford. It's next Saturday. It's a 5:30 kick-off. It will be a tough game against Leicester. You know, Leicester are a pretty good team. They haven't been as good this season as they have been in recent seasons, though. You know, Leicester have got good players. You know, obviously they've got Jamie Vardy. They've got Iheanacho, who's a good attacking player. Harvey Barnes, very good. They've got Patson Daka, Boubakary Soumaré. They've got Lookman, Yuri Tillemans. Manchester United have been linked with Yuri Tillemans, so too have Arsenal. Yuri Tillemans is eager to play in the Champions League. Leicester got Yuri Tillemans from Monaco. At one point, Tillemans was on loan at Leicester, but then obviously Leicester got him permanently. Yuri Tillemans is Leicester's most expensive signing. I think they got him for around 40 million. Wilfred Ndidi, he's a very good midfielder. James Maddison, he's a very good attacking midfielder. Leicester got James Maddison from Norwich. Leicester paid £20 million for him. Mark Albrighton's good. James Justin. Wesley Fofana, he's a good defender. Ryan Bertrand, Leicester got him from Southampton. I think he's out for the season with injury. Leicester also got Vestergaard from Southampton. They've got Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans is a former Manchester United player. Johnny Evans did endure 7 years at Man United. If Evans plays against us next Saturday, we'll be reuniting with Man United. Ricardo Pereira's good for Leicester. I think Wes Morgan's still at Leicester. Kagla Soyuncu, they've got him. Luke Thomas, good player. Marmati. So yeah, they are a lot of the players that Leicester City have got. Let me put into the equation that Leicester have lost players. They lost Riyad Mahrez to Man City back in the summer of 2018. They lost N'Golo Kante and Danny Drinkwater to Chelsea at the time. They lost Ben Chilwell to Chelsea as well. So Chelsea have done good business with Leicester before. They lost Harry Maguire to Man United back in the summer of 2019, but Leicester did receive 80 million for him. I think they also lost Pryor as well. So there you go. Leicester's manager is Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers has been the Leicester manager for quite a few years now. He's got a contract with Leicester until 2025. At Leicester, Brendan Rodgers has won the FA Cup and the Community Shield. Before Leicester, Rodgers managed Celtic. He enjoyed quite a few years with them. He won quite a few trophies at Celtic. Before then, managed Liverpool. He did enjoy one good season with Liverpool. And before, managed Swansea. A long time ago, managed Reading and Watford. And at one point, he managed Chelsea's youth. So there you go. Before Rodgers, Leicester had Claudio Puel. Leicester sacked him. And before Claudio Puel, they had Claudio Ranieri. Leicester sacked him. But don't forget, Leicester did win the Premier League under Claudio Ranieri. Leicester won the game at Old Trafford last season 2-1. In that game, Man United heavily rotated. And Leicester beat us 4-2 at the King Power Stadium earlier on this season. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always. And take care, God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.